What's going on, guys? This is Spades, as you already know, and today I'm here to talk to you about some Dark Souls 2 techniques. Now, if you're already familiar with the channel, you know this is not something I regularly do, pointing towards the commentary, so please bear with me. Now I'll be able to explain every tech as it happens in the video, because some of the clips were just too short to talk over, so I apologize about that in advance. So I'll just explain some of them here and now before I display it. First, I'll be showing a new toggle-like technique with mild similarities to Dark Souls 1 toggling, with a different purpose. We'll get to that in a moment. I'm going to cover some little things first, but also a big shout out to Bloody Hilarious for using his time to help me get this footage. Without him, I wouldn't be able to display this for you today. Also thanks to Check for finding the Avalanche canceling technique. Now that's something I'm going to cover right now. As you will see later in the clips, there is a way to cancel your Avalanche after 2 shots, so you do not need to take the time reloading. It's just a matter of swapping your Avalanche out after 2 shots. Easy peasy, but it actually serves a huge purpose as you can get in quick shots without the reload time, meaning it's going to be harder to punish. Now before you think it's game breaking, it's actually slightly irritating to getting the timing down, so you can accidentally fire 3 shots a lot and get yourself punished. Also, it's more of a chipping technique because the 2 bolts you fire will be particularly easy to dodge and they won't do very much damage. Now also, backstab animations. I'll be showing the startup animations comparing 2 of the same backstabs, but I've come to the conclusion that even though they share the same animation, there is different speeds depending on the size of your weapon. Now, the final part I'll be covering now before getting into the video is animation canceling hits. I'll be further testing this at a later point when I get my hands on more weapons, and the time to do so. But as it seems, so far with dual daggers and any dual fist weapons, you can cancel your attacks and still inflict damage, meaning rolling damage hits. Similar to the pre-patched Soul Greatsword problem. Now let's get into toggling. I'll be showing you from both perspectives of myself and my friend's screen. Okay, so now to cover how it's done and what it does. By tapping block and toggling your weapon at the same time, the blocking hits but moving forward with less pushback. You can react a lot faster, as you are always moving and you can essentially toggle without the weapon swap animations, almost looking like your weapon is transforming. This is the key to reacting faster, as you can now backstab your opponent because you suffered less pushback and no delayed animation. And right here, you can see the Cyan Halberd actually has a quote-unquote infinite stun lock, but with a specific poise breakpoint you can escape after 2 hits. But I will be searching further into this as I have stun locked full Havels with this. I believe it has something to do with either agility or latency. Now here, I will be showing you how to backstab rolls. As you see, causing your opponent to panic roll, you can follow up and backstab at the end of the roll. Rolling twice is a viable way to avoid this. Now there's also ways to scare your opponent into rolling with attacks, and then punishing. Depending on the speed of your opponent's roll also determines whether you must sprint or just follow. I hope you enjoyed this. I may be doing more in the future, but for now, I'm out.
Dusty basement where we met, mirrors cried so much because of talking now. I gotta find the truth from many folks, but I'm alone. You're the only one who can help me out. We'll be as one. We're ready to fight. Look over there. They try to kill us for stars. Our bond has got blood stronger than before. Don't lose your way in your mind. We have to be as one. Don't be afraid, my sweetheart. This is the way to be what's wrong. Have my deep secret, make us be so blue. Run through this game before my body dries. In the dark, don't wanna be